So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you get.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Danico Autry in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. From the gun, here's Watson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. Here's Watson. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Jayon Brown in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. A handoff, running left, Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Again, it's Henry. And all this Texans defense, they're all charged up now. They stop him behind the line for the 2nd straight play. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. And it is caught at the 7-yard line. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. They'll run for it with Henry and try to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short, and he is short. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down, and it'll be a turnover on downs. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Touchdown, Houston. Chris Conley, 96 yards. And the Texans are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Cameron Batson now from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 15. They begin with Henry. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. At this stage of the game, with a score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Derrick Henry. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Jimmy Moreland there on the stop. They'll try the air now with Tannehill. Looking deep for Julio. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
The Titans on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 9. On 3rd down, it's Henry. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down. They'll run. It's Henry. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Derrick Henry denied here on 4th down. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
From the 27, Watson. He's got Jordan complete right side. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
First down, Houston.
On 1st down, Lindsey. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They'll go again with Lindsey. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was. And when you mentioned the option, Most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
And it is starting to appear, thankfully for them, that this is the week they're going to put it all together and end that long losing streak. They're not home yet, but in control in the fourth quarter.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Henry again on second down.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10.
Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw here into the hands of Jones.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing now, Tannehill. And he fires one incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down. There wasn't the line that jumped that time, the second level.
No, that's a great observation because most of the time it's those guys up front so eager to get off on the snap. They do it, but in this case, you're exactly right. Second level, probably because they moved up to the first level, and that hurts them.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
They'll keep it on the ground. Henry, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. To throw is Tannehill. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now it's Tannehill. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Mike 51. Silver. Hey, Mike 51.
They snap it to Tannehill. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Here's Watson.
Open man is Jordan, the tight end.
Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. On first down, Watson. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Credit the sack there to Harold Landry.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Tennessee, the win keeps them barely hanging on to their playoff hopes as they move to 4-7. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for Houston, add one more loss to the column. That drops them to a woeful 1-9 so far. And they'll be back home